Oh, hello. Hey. I didn't intend to end up in that ditch, that's for sure. Oh, can't he go? Can't. Let's work out how you work. This is frustrating at the moment. My name's Guy Kesselman, and I've been a professional bike tester for nearly 25 years. And for the past couple of months, I've been trying to get my head around Evil's absolutely radical Chamois Hagar gravel bike. And as you'll see from this video, it's a right mashup of different clips, as I've spent time just trying to get that radical handling to work in a really properly balanced way. So apologies that it's a bit of a jump around video, but hopefully you'll enjoy the end result. So what is Chamois Hagar? Well, it's the drop bar, well, do whatever you want bike, from the twisted minds of the boys at Evil Bikes, who've been creating the steering mountain biking ever since the old Sovereign. So, as you might expect, they've done something super radical with their drop bar bike. You're looking at an 80mm bottom bracket drop. That's super low slung. You're looking at a long reach and a short stem, but most notably a 66.67 head angle, which is super radical, even for an XC machine. Oh, damn! Let alone a drop bar bike. And they've dropped the top tube crazy low as well, so they've just slammed the centre of gravity. And the result is a bike that just doesn't just look insane, it rides properly insane as well. So, it's got drop bars. It's obviously a road bike. So how well does it work on the road? The truth be told, not too bad. These WTB tyres, I mean there is like a cut tread on them, but they roll pretty smooth. I mean 50mm are always going to be weighty, so you know, it's not exactly super responsive, but you could put a lot lighter tyre on it and create something a lot more dynamic on the road. And Evil say you could drop it to a 34 and the ride height and stuff is still okay. Batter through, even having a 50mm tyre on there means you can properly batter through stuff that you wouldn't normally do on the road bike. And of course where it really comes into its own is when things get rougher, like this. And having that 10 to 50 cassette on the back is just a godsend for all sorts of, well, it's just such a wide gear range. And this axis setup is just a joy to use, fully wireless. And these 50mm tyres definitely take some of the sting out of rougher gravel like this, but it's not a massively forgiving bike. I've certainly ridden more forgiving gravel machines that will take a larger tyre, like the new Salsa Cutthroat for example, but then I've also ridden stiffer ones. And when you're bowling along like this, on the straight, that geometry is fine. 9.5 kilos with big tyres and hefty wheels on and a dropper post in, it's not actually a bad weight at all. Hey, it puts down power well. You know, it's not shy of getting a lick on. Once you've done significant rough mileage on it, those narrow blades are pretty stiff. And that's with just 30 psi in these tyres. Oh, and incidentally, if you're thinking of fitting a suspension fork on this, unfortunately not. Although, a lot of bikes in this category will take 100mm travel fork. The numbers on this is the fork you're going to have to stick with. And then, when it starts dropping down, double click on that shifter and down goes the dropper post. And together with that massive 80mm bottom bracket drop and that 1150mm wheelbase. Can't be right. The stability of the bike is absolutely outstanding for a gravel bike. But it just feels really wonky. I mean, if you do that, whoa, there we go. You really can catch yourself out. It really ducks and dives dramatically. It's really weirdly weighted, the steering. If I was being polite, I'd say take some getting used to. And if I wasn't, I'd say it's downright horrible. It just wants to go straight, and you need a lot of thought and effort to get it off that straight line. So currently on every bit of single track, every bit of twisty stuff, I kind of sailed wide. Just that middle bit of the turn, you kind of initiate the turn and then I'm really struggling to kind of force it over unless you really overemphasize that body language there. Oh, damn! So, as it comes, especially in the medium size with a narrower bar, the handling doesn't really work properly in stock format. It's still just too stubborn and too lurchy. So, as a tester, what you need to do is try and make it work. Just get out of curiosity, and also because you want people to have the best ride you can out of a bike. So first things first, put a 460mm bar on, which is the bar width it should come on a large or an extra large, and that makes a big difference in terms of making it more manageable with better steering leverage. So that was a definite move in the right direction. But then, and you can see with that extra stability of that head angle, you can properly take some liberties down some definitely more technical sections than you'd normally be happy on a gravel bike. But it was still definitely a case of managing that head angle when it had the 50mm stem on. So the next step was to reach into the spare bits bin and find the shortest stem I possibly could to try and lighten things up. And that meant getting out the 32mm pace. Oh. Cheers mate, thank you. Hello. Which is what you can see I've got here. And that has really sorted the handling out. It's properly make use of that stability now, but it's got that instant reaction you can see to change direction mid-turn or start the turns. So that stability is just a big plus. And and it even feels fine out of the saddle now. So in terms of steering, there's your answer, a 32mm stem. So what is the end result we're looking at here with the Evil? Well, as you can see, I mean, I have got the handling dialed in finally with this 32mm pace stem, but the downside of that is my reach is now 40 to 50mm shorter than it would be on my medium gravel bike as normal. And you see there's just not a lot of space there for me to go any lower with that seat. So I'd have to go for a shorter dropper post to make the whole bike work together with a larger frame. And I have to say, I think, you know, I think a lot of the mountain bike riders who I think will be attracted to an Evil would want to be able to put their boost wheels in there and their 2.4 inch tyres, because that would certainly sort out some of the ride quality issues. But then on the flip side, it's an 1100 gram frame and it kicks pretty hard under power, so you could build a proper performance gravel race bike out of this. As it is a proper fully featured bike, you've got the mounts on the fork there for your bags or extra bottle cages. 2 bottle cages there, a mount there for your top tube bag. You got another bottle cage under there, you got armour there, you got these super low drop chainstays with armour on them. You've got, I mean, these, I'm pushing these WTB Venture tyres here to the limit in 50mm, and the Pro Terra rims are a bit of a disappointment on a bike that's 6,000 euros complete. But absolutely love the SRAM Force setup with the Axis and the Axis reverb there. That's absolutely outstanding. And also chromo saddle for 6 grand. Come on, throw us a bit of love here, Evil. But the Axis Eagle on the back, so you got a 10 to 50 and an X01 rear mech, and then a Force chain set. That is absolutely outstanding. Yeah, but you can see, even with these 50mm, mudroom is pretty restricted. It's not boost, so you aren't going to be able to get your mountain bike wheels and your mountain bike tyres in there. And I think that is a bit of a fail. But you do get nicely waterproof plugs on there, and once you sort that cockpit out with a wider bar and a shorter stem, this thing does absolutely rip out on technical terrain. I mean, you can properly boss it like a mountain bike as long as the tyres hold up, but you are going to have to work at it. But then, if bikes were all the same, this wouldn't be an interesting game to be playing. So props to Evil for definitely pushing the limits on this one. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a chopped together one, but if you go on Patreon, there's some more background information when I was riding the bike early on. And if you like what I'm doing, have a look at subscribing to that site as well. Thanks to Smith for helmet and goggles, Gore for clobber, Mavic for boots, and 100% for gloves. I've been Guy Kestevan, this has been Guy Kes TV, and that has been the radical Chamois Hagar. And I think I've actually got it tamed.